Hello, everyone, and happy new week to you. Today is Monday, August, I don't even know. Let me look at my computer. The 21st, August 21st. And today is day 37 of my carnivore journey. And I realized today when I stepped on the scale that in the last 14 days, I've only lost 1 pound. And for the last 9 days, I haven't lost any weight. And I try not to get hung up on that. I really don't, because I feel so amazing on a meat based diet um, that I know the weight will come in time. But for someone who is as overweight as I am, I would think that weight loss would be a little bit more dramatic than it has been for me. And I've been basing my diet, meaning the things that I choose to eat and how often I choose to eat, mostly on the teachings of Dr. Elizabeth Bright, who says that she often recommends that people eat fat throughout the day, especially those who have some advanced healing that needs to be done, people who've been obese for many, many years, people who've been metabolically sick for many, many years. And I think I qualify, given that I had my first gallbladder attack when I was 15. I was babysitting at somebody else's house watching their children, and I got an attack so bad that I was doubled over in bed crying, and I had to call my parents. And then after the birth of my first son, and I wanted to have a second child, 3.5 years later, after trying, I was unable to conceive, and my periods, my menstrual cycles, had always been irregular. Sometimes I would only have one or two a year. So I went to an infertility specialist, and that doctor diagnosed me with polycystic ovaries. I was 24 before I gave birth to my second son, which was 5 years after the birth of my first. So somewhere in my early 20s, I was diagnosed with polycystic ovaries, and obesity is just a thing. I thought I was really big when I was at high school, and now I look back at pictures of myself and I'm like, boy, if I could only look like that now. But compared to my classmates and my siblings, I was overweight. I think I weighed around 144 when I graduated high school, and it just compounded. I gave birth to 4 children, and throughout each of those pregnancies, I gained weight and did not successfully lose it most often, and I just kept getting bigger. So I believe that it's going to take a long time for my body to heal. So I don't get too worked up. But I was listening to Kelly Hogan's channel this morning, my Zero Carb Life, and she had a lady. Now, I accidentally bumped my phone screen and lost that video. I haven't had a chance to look it back up yet. But this lady was of Italian heritage. I believe she said she was from Brooklyn. She's lost 183 pounds, I think, at the time of that interview with Kelly. And she was talking about how she does a lot of, just changing up her, how much fat she eats in a day, her fasting window, just always kind of trying to keep her body guessing so that her body doesn't begin to predict how much energy she's going to eat, how much fat she's going to eat, and how much it can conserve. And she's been successful in losing weight. So she was talking about, fasting window. And while I have done intermittent fasting in the past, matter of fact, I've done 4-day fasts quite regularly. I once did a 10-day fast and once did a 14-day fast over the years. I haven't thought about fasting because I've been trying to do what Dr. Bright says, and I'm not sure where I've gone wrong, whether it's I'm not eating enough fat or I'm not eating enough fat regularly. But listening to this lady today on my Zero Carb Life, she said that we should be happy little scientists, meaning that we should experiment with things and give each new thing we try at least 2 weeks to see how it pans out. And I thought maybe I should try this. So today on day, what did I say it was, day 37? I think it is day 37. I don't know what day it is. I always say something weird. One day I said I was on day 54 and I haven't even, whatever. Anyway, I think I'm going to try. So I ate yesterday at 5:30 in the evening. So I'm going to try to get at least an 18-hour fasting window in before I eat my meal. If I eat 2 meals, I want to do it within a 6-hour window so that I can try this for a couple of weeks and see how that works for me. I know that I still have to play a lot of mind games with myself, even though I'm totally sold on carnivore and that I feel that this is going to be the best thing for my body to heal all of my diseases and to give me the energy. Once upon a time, I had consigned myself to this is the best I'm ever going to feel. My pain as a result of cancer treatment and genetics just keeps getting worse. Like I get adjusted to a certain level of pain and it kind of falls into the background, and then something new happens, or my conditions worsen, and I did kind of allow myself to just say, okay, this is obviously the way my life is going to go. And I thought I was going to have to just continue to be a tough little soldier through life. And now I feel better. I have more energy. My pain is actually lessening. That's astounding to me. And I honestly don't remember where I was going with that thought, but I really believe that with as much body fat as my body has stored, I've got copious amounts of energy just waiting to be used. Now that I'm in ketosis, obviously something I'm doing with my amount of eating or my timing of eating or my ratio of fat to protein, something is not quite right, because I should be melting off this fat at least a little bit better. 1 pound in 2 weeks. That's not great. Nothing in the last 9 days. Oh, that's what I was talking about, my mind and how I have to play mind games with myself. So I'm relearning, I'm reprogramming, I'm following. So I joined Bella, the Steak and Butter Gals group for the August challenge, the Steak and Butter Gang. I also went to Carnivore Diet to join Dr. Sean Baker's group. There's sort of an onboarding type of meeting. I believe it's happening this Wednesday that I'm supposed to attend. I was supposed to go to one last Saturday, but it was my granddaughter's birthday, and so I had to reschedule. Anyway, so I've been following Dr. Sean Baker for quite some time now, but I'll be a part of his group for at least this month. I'm really want to try to reprogram this brain of mine who's so dependent upon that number on the scale. But at the same time, I need to reward myself with just little signs that something is working, which brings up my next point. Today, I'm going to measure. I have not taken measurements since I started. And this particular t-shirt, you can see it's still a little bit tight in my arms. I've got really big arms. This fat pad back here, I've got plenty of energy just right there. I could probably live a month or 2 off this. But it's starting to fit me better. This is the first time I've been able to wear this particular t-shirt. And, across the shoulders, it seems to be fitting. It's loose in my body. Oh my goodness, it goes all the way down my hips without getting hung up. So the only place that's still a little snug is in my shirt. So I'm seeing that my body is changing, and I want to be able to encourage myself, even when that number on the scale doesn't move, that good things are happening. So I'm going to take my measurements today. But it's another reason I want to stay so motivated is you may know that my daughter is doing this carnivore lifestyle with me, and she has many of my same conditions, although she seems to get them much younger in age than I did. She also has polycystic ovaries and a lot of those symptoms that go along with that. She often feels not as feminine as she would like to as a result of that. She's also obese, and she suffers some mental issues that I do not, anxiety and depression among many other things. And she said to me yesterday, so she splurged on my granddaughter's birthday. She ate some of the pizza, like the whole pizza, the crust and everything, but she'd been planning this. She knows that she needs to be able to celebrate holidays and special days and not feel different and get to enjoy those things, at least for now, unless her body tells her otherwise. So it wasn't like I messed up. She knew she was going to do this. So she ate the pizza, but she said to me that she doesn't believe she'll ever fall off the carnivore wagon, so to speak, because she's more concerned about her anxiety returning than she is about weight loss. So I know that she's got some intrinsic motivation of her own that keeps her going, but I worry that if, you know, her weight stalls, she may be more tempted to cheat more often. So far, she's been more consistent in the diet than I have. Not that I've done any big cheats, but, you know, I've allowed myself a cocktail on a Friday evening, and after 34 days, I started drinking a cup of coffee in the morning. So, you know, she's been way more disciplined than I, except for Caitlin's birthday when Stephanie ate some pizza. But it's really important for me to figure out what works best for Stephanie and myself so that I can help her, because her weight has also stalled out a little bit too. She refuses to allow me to measure her. She doesn't want to know those harsh truths just yet. She isn't able to face it for so long. She's been unhappy with her body, and she feels that she's allowed herself to get to a place that, you know, she's not happy with. So in time, maybe she'll allow me to measure her so we can track hers. But I'm going to get my measurements done today, and I'm going to start this intermittent fast. I'm starting with an 18-hour window this week. I may do like 1 or 2 days a week where I switch that window up a little bit, but I want to do this for at least 2 weeks, start my experimenting and figure out what I need to do to kickstart my body into burning the fat stores that I have. But my thanks go this morning to Kelly Hogan and her guest. I'm going to find out who that lady was because she was awesome. And Dr. Sean Baker. There are so many in the carnivore community that I watch faithfully. And Bella, the steak and butter gal. Y'all are the ones I want to shout out today because Bella's group has focused a lot on intermittent fasting, and I felt like they were so far advanced for me. You know, I'm a beginner and I need baby steps, and they were just way out there. So I haven't implemented anything I've learned there, but I'm still absorbing that knowledge, Bella. I promise I am. But anyway, thank y'all and have a blessed week. I truly hope that this week goes smoothly for you. Our summer weeks are few in number remaining. So, you know, go make the most of it and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.